Hey, y'all. What's going on? This is Krystal Taylor, the owner of Fitness Inside the Game, the leader of the Black Health and Fitness Revolution, and all that jazz. And I welcome you to today's In the Kitchen with Krystal. Should you eat this or that snacks edition segment? I'm excited for it, if you can't tell, because I like all snacks. Like I love a snack. Yeah, that's it. So what we're going to talk about how you decide or determine which snacks are better for you. All right, so because our bodies aren't all made the same, so we're going to get into it. So if you're in here now, say hey, let me know that you're here. For anyone who's watching this on replay, type replay in the comments and let me know that you came back and watched it. Of course, at any time you have any questions, comments, please feel free to drop them in the comments. Let me know where you're watching from. It's your first time, or if you're an OG. Of course, we gotta have our water. So when I drink, you drink. I will force hydrate you. And as you see, I need some more water. I've been tearing this water up today. So before we get started, what I want to know, let me know what some of your favorite snacks are. What are your favorite snacks? And let me know if you tend to lean towards savory or if you tend to lean towards sweets, because I am more of a savory type snacker. I'm fortunate, hey Miss G, I'm fortunate that I'm not I don't have a sweet tooth, because sugar is a drug. It is probably the most addictive drug, so I'm glad I don't have that. But there are times when I want a little bit of something, the OG from Mississippi. Come on, Miss G, that's what I'm talking about. So today what I'm going to do is, you can see I have my snacks, and as you can see, I went straight in my for real pantry. It's not stuff that I just bought for us to discuss. You see the bag clips. This is butterflies. My mom used to love butterflies, so I think my girlfriend found a butterfly bag clip. You see, I even put some stuff in a Ziploc bag. This is for real out my pantry. And we're going to talk about it. So what I'm going to do is, I'll tell you what because there are different categories of snacks over here, and I'm going to tell you what's in the category. And before we even look at the labels, I want you to tell me which one you think would be the better option for you health-wise. And I'm not going to say what's healthy or whatever, but better option for you based on what your goals are. And then you can even tell me which one you would prefer to eat. And then we'll look at the label. So if y'all are ready, let me know by typing ready in the comments. And of course, we're going to drink some water. Jealous. Hey, from Harlem, what's going on? Yes, water. And that sugar will get a hold on you. It's going to get a hold on you. But we going to, one thing with sugar, let's drink some water. You really do have to be mindful of it, because it is so, they call it a sweet tooth for a reason. You don't hear people say, oh, I just got a savory tooth. You don't hear that. The sweet tooth is real, but with everything, it's really about moderation. Just don't sit there with whatever it is. All right. So we're ready. Checking these comments. Miss Ali said savory and sweet. Miss Jalen is ready. Yeah, I'm mainly savory. Every once in a while I want a sweet, and I'll tell you about that too. All right. So first up, we have our two different types of trail mixes. So 2 different mixes. For the rest of them, you have 3 options. But for this one, we're starting with 2. All right. So remember, I want you to tell me which one you think is the healthier one, which one you probably should choose based on your health goals, and then tell me which one you prefer to eat. Right? So first up, for our mixes, we have our Tex-Mex mix. You see that? Tex-Mex mix. And it has, what does it have in there? It has spicy peanuts, almonds, salsa corn sticks, sesame sticks, chili bits, and pepitas. All right, that's option 1. And this is if you want a mix, okay? Next up is our Mountain Trail Mix. Mountain Trail Mix that has peanuts, raisins, cocoa gems, almonds, and cashews. So tell me which one you think would be the one you should choose based on your health goals. Tell me which one, and then we'll go over, and then tell me which one you would prefer to eat. And let's look at the labels. All right. Ms. G says pecans, corn chips, red quinoa, chia chips. Oh, those are favorite. Oh, nice. Oh, those sounds delicious. Those sound delicious. All right. So let's look at these labels. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to compare them. Now, somebody tell me, when we're looking at labels, and my folks who've been in challenges with me before, you should know this answer. When we're looking at the labels, what's the first thing we should look at? I wish I had my tea. My tea is in the other room. I'm just going to drink this water then and wait. Tell me the first thing you should look at. Ms. G said that she thinks the healthy one would be option 1. Ms. Jalen says she would do the trail mix. Ms. Ollie says she prefers the Tex-Mex. So the first thing that we should do when we are looking at labels, come on, Ms. G. Yes, as Ms. G said, the serving size. So when we look at this, serving size is 1/4 cup for our trail mix, which is 30 grams. And then guess what? Serving size is the same, 1/4 cup. So boom. Now when we compare them, they're equal. We know that. Good start. So calories, and as I read out what's on the labels, y'all let me know in the comments what you're thinking. Like, which one do you think has the higher? So I'll tell you the things we're looking at. I'm going to look at the calories, the total fat, the sodium, cholesterol, fiber, any added sugars, and protein. That's what we're going to talk about for each of these. All right. So which one do you think has the most calories? Ding, ding, ding. It's the Tex-Mex with 170 calories to 140 calories. Okay. Which one has the most fat? Tex-Mex has 12 grams of fat, whereas your trail mix has 9 grams of fat. Let me know if you change your mind yet on which one you should eat based on the numbers and your health goals. All right. When we look at the sodium, we have 190 milligrams in the Tex-Mex versus 65 milligrams in the trail mix. Tell me what you're thinking. Any changes yet? When we're looking at the carbs, we have 10 grams of carbs in the Tex-Mex and then 14 grams of carbs in the trail mix. But then we know also to get our net carbs, what do we have to look for? Fiber. Is there any fiber? 2 grams of fiber in here, 2 grams of fiber in here. So we're still neck and neck on that. And then protein, 6 grams of protein, 4 grams of protein here. So tell me, I see some wows. So tell me, now that you look at, let me hold these up for y'all. Now that we've looked at, and matter of fact, I'll show these for you. Look at the, let me see, trying to get them both in there. We've looked at the labels. What are you choosing now? Are you still going to eat the Tex-Mex? Because most people said, no, not going to eat trail mix. Has candy in it. Candy's not good for me. Candy has sugar in it. Nope. So this absolutely has to be the best option, right? Because it has, nuts and pepitas, Neither one is bad. Let's be clear on that. Neither one is bad. Now, I will say the fat content in here is a little high, a little bit of both. However, depending on what your goals are. If you were trying to stay away from sugar, then maybe you wouldn't want to get the trail mix or you would want the Tex-Mex. But if you're watching your sodium, then you probably want to get rid of the Tex-Mex and go to your trail mix. Right? Calorie-wise, they're about the same. 30 calories is not going to really make or break anything. But in everything else, fiber is comparative, has a little more protein because of all of the, the nuts and the pepitas, but you have nuts in here as well. So again, it's about what your goals are. Ms. G says she's changing to the trail mix. But initially, that's what I said, we can't make assumptions, right? We have to do our due diligence. And let me show y'all something. Another tip I like. You see that? Inside my big old bag of trail mix, box of container and Tex-Mex mix. I have my snack bags already in there. So what I do is when I get large containers like this, because it's too easy for us to eat in straight out of the container and eat way too many as opposed to eating 1/4 of a cup. We might end up with 3/4 of a cup or a full cup. But when you take the time to portion them out, put them in the snack bags, put the snack bags back in here, so when it's time for you to have a snack, whether you're just hungry, you're about to run out the house, whatever, it makes it easier because all you do is reach in here, you already have your snack bag ready to go, and you're out the door. All right? Yes, Miss Ali says she would still do the Tex-Mex, and just, what'd you say, and she'll eat less than the serving size. I'll tell you this is what I choose. I personally, every once in a while, I'll eat the trail mix, especially this might be a good pre-workout snack for me, right before my workout, if I feel like I just need a little extra boost. But I still take the candy out. I don't want the candy. I don't do a lot of candy because I feel like the raisins are sweet enough. But get a handful of this before my workout, and I'm solid. All right, let's go. Next up, boom. Now we got 3 options. 3 options. And I want you to tell me which one you think would be the better choice for you when it comes to your health goals. First up, we have deluxe whole cashews that are unsalted. All right, unsalted deluxe whole cashews. So first, then we have oven roasted almonds with sea salt. Okay, and then next up, last in this option, if you're a nut friend, a nut fiend, nut fan, all that good stuff, honey roasted peanuts. Tell me which one you think would be the better option. Better option. And drink some water. Yes, the snack bags are the bomb. I love them snack bags. Yes, putting them in the serving size, the serving size in the snack bags, they truly do help. They truly do help. All right. Let's look at these labels. Are we ready? Are we ready? Okay. So let's start. We're doing the comparison between the 3. And I shared which, what numbers we're going to look at, right? Okay, get all my hand stuff together. First thing we look at, serving size, 1/4 cup, which is 30 grams. This says 1 ounce, which is 28 grams, which isn't too far off. And then 1/4 cup as well. So they're about the same. Okay. Let's see. Everybody's saying that they would choose the almonds. Miss G, the almonds are they actually have sea salt on them. You said unsalted, but of these 3, if you were in my pantry, what would you grab? All right. So I see the almonds. Almonds. All right. So calorie-wise, 170, and I'm going from close to me away from me. All right. So we're looking at 170, 170, and 160. So calorie-wise, not too bad, right? Not too different. All right. We're looking at fat now. We have 14 grams, 15 grams for the almonds, and then 12 grams for the honey roasted peanuts. Okay. Y'all follow me? For our sodium, the cashews have 0 milligrams. Our almonds have 110 milligrams. And our honey roasted peanuts have 105 milligrams. So let me know if you're making any changes as of yet. Miss Geraldine says she's with the cashews. So let's go down to the carbs. Yes, nuts have carbs. Cashews have 9 grams. The almonds have 6 grams of carbs. And then our honey roasted peanuts have 8 grams of carbs. But again, we're going to look at our fiber, excuse me. and then you can get your net carbs. So if you're a carb watcher. So with our cashews, they have 1 gram of fiber. The almonds have 3 grams of fiber. And then our honey roasted peanuts have 2 grams of fiber. Okay? Y'all still with me? And then our protein. Oh, let's talk about added sugars. That's right, of course, we forgot that the cashews and the almonds don't have any added sugars, but your honey roasted peanuts do have 3 grams of added sugars. Okay? I want to make sure I'm being clear on all this stuff. Protein, 5 grams for cashews, 6 grams for the almonds, and then 6 grams for the honey roasted peanuts. So y'all tell me, where y'all at? Miss G says she's going with the peanuts. Were any of you surprised that the honey roasted peanuts are as healthy in comparison to our unsalted cashews and our oven roasted almonds? A lot of times we hear honey roasted, oh, that's sugar, and you see that it has 3 grams of added sugar. But when we look at this label, you see it's just sugar and it's honey. Those are both raw. They're both natural. It's not a weird, and it's brown sugar. Those are things, no, added sugars, but that's not saying that they're bad for you. Okay? So that's why I want us to make sure that we're looking at these labels, because when we look at this, yeah, you might assume it has to be the cashews, right? They're unsalted, they're roasted, I don't have any of that extra stuff. So this is definitely the better option. Now, let's be clear. None of these are bad. None of them at all. But it depends on what your goals are. We know what your health issues are, your health situation is. We know that if you have high blood pressure, the almonds with sea salt, even though they're sea salt, probably may not want to be on the list anyway. But you also got to note that there's sodium in both of them. Not a lot, but there's something to be mindful of. So if you are watching your sodium intake, then you would go towards the unsalted nut, period. All right? But when we looked at this, higher on the calories, if you're counting calories, but not so much. And then a little bit higher on the fat. But they're all good options, but I wanted to show you all how initially folks would think that the honey roasted peanuts were just out the door as an option, as a viable, healthier option compared to these two, right? How could they compete? But they do. Health-wise, they do. It just depends on what your goals are. All right. Yes, yes, yes. So if we're ready to move on to chips. Chippity chips. That's a shame. I'm not even cooking. And just being around food is making me excited and making me dance. I think I got a problem. If we ready for the chips, type chips in the comment. And if you like chips, let me know. You see, I like chips. Told you I'm a savory girl. You see the clips and all that stuff. But as a matter of fact, most of these are savory sweets. Savory snacks, as opposed to the, outside of the trail mix and the honey roast peanuts. But the majority of them are more savory. Hey, Joy. Hey, boo. Mr. Face. All right, let's get to these chips. So, again, I'll give you 3 options, and you tell me which one you would choose for the healthier option and why. And then if you want to, for fun, let me know which one you think will probably be the last. If you had to rank them, 1, 2, 3, which one would be number 3 for what you would choose based on your health goals? All right? Chips. So, y'all, I love chips. So first up, we have barbecue flavored potato chips. Woo-hoo. I like a chip. Next up, y'all know I love everything Mexican. Yes. Next up, we just have some plain tortilla chips. Plain tortilla chips. All right. And third up, told y'all this is my pantry for real. Third up, we have pretzels. We got some pretzel sticks. So you tell me which one you would choose based on healthful options, like the best one that the one that you think will be more in alignment with what your health goals are, based on what your goals and where you are physically. And then also let me know which one you would choose to just eat first. And we're gonna drink some water. All right, let's look at these here labels. I'm gonna throw my bag. I opened this yesterday because I made some guacamole. That guac is so delicious. All right, so what are we looking at? We're looking at serving size first. 1 ounce, 1 ounce, and 1 ounce. There we go. Every time I say 1 ounce, for some reason I keep hearing more bounce to the ounce in my head. And it's like in my head I'm skating like, hey. Anywho, back to the show. All right, so let's look at these calories first. Joy said tortilla, but she's sure she's gonna be wrong. You don't know. You don't know. All right, so when we're looking at calories, trying to line these up so y'all can see them. All right, calorie wise, when we're looking at our barbecue chips, 150 calories. For the tortillas, 140 calories. And with the pretzels, 110 calories. All right? Let me know what y'all thinking as we go through them. When we look at the fat, 9 grams of fat for our barbecue chips, 7 grams of fat for our tortilla chips, and then we have 0 grams of fat for the pretzel sticks. Let me know what you're thinking. If at any point your options change, let me know. Now as we look at the sodium, 150 milligrams in our barbecue chips. We have 115 milligrams in our tortilla chips. And then in the pretzels, we have 380 milligrams. Y'all let me know what you're thinking. All right. Fiber. Like fiber in potato chips. Yes, there's 1 gram in the barbecue. There are none in the tortilla chips, and in the pretzel sticks, less than 1 gram. So some there, but not enough to register. All right, and then we're looking at there's 1 gram of added sugars in the barbecue chips. Should be none in the tortilla chips and none in the pretzels. And then lastly, our protein. We have 2 grams of protein in the barbecue chips. 2 grams of protein in the protein chips, in the tortilla chips, and then 2 grams of protein in the pretzel sticks. So what are you thinking now? Miss G said tortilla, still going tortilla. Tell me why. So let's talk about it. And as you were telling me why in the comments, keep on rolling. We're going to talk about what we're looking at. What we have to think about when it's time for us to choose our chippity chip. Okay? So if you probably will like, for the most of it, it's like, it's expected. They're about the same, not too much comparison, tripping. But one, the pretzels are way lower in calories. When I say way, it's what? And I just said 30 calories. You wouldn't have much, right? But we have 30 and 40 calories. But if with these two side by side, and see you can save 30 calories per serving, you might say, okay, yeah. But again, if you have high blood pressure, first of all, your doctors probably tell you not to have any of these, right? Because of sodium in all of them. But the pretzels would definitely be one that waved the red flag, right? But you can also get the unsalted pretzels, right? But this is the kicker, because we're looking at labels, right? And you say, Chris, we already looked at the label, we looked at the serving size. This is what else I want to know. Yes, the serving size is the same, but 1 ounce, 1 ounce, 1 ounce. But I want you to hear this though. What's also next to the serving size, when it'll say 1 ounce or whatever, it'll also tell you about how many chips or pretzel sticks will be included in that serving size. Here we go. For our chips, 1 ounce is about 12 chips. For our barbecue. For tortilla chips, 1 ounce is about 7 chips. And for the pretzels, 1 ounce is about 32 pieces. Now, with that information, Does that change anything? Because let's be real. Are you just going to have 12 chips? Are you only going to have 7? Are you going to eat 32? If you're in the snackety snack mode, if you just want a little bit of something, it's possible you might get your 12 chips and keep on moving. Y'all tell me if y'all usually eat 12 chips. Most folks reach in the bag and do that pinch, and you grab 6 or 7 of them right then and there. You mean tell me you only gonna reach in the bag twice? Nah, fam. Let's be real. With tortilla chips, if you make a taco salad, you really gonna make 7 chips? Use 7 chips? Or if you got chips and salsa, unless you portion it out like I beg y'all to, beg you to, you're more than likely not gonna have the 7 chips. But look at that, a whole 32 pretzel sticks. Look at that. They're not just super thin, but 32. Come on now. So you're more than likely to have even less than a full serving of these pretzels. Sorry, I'm eating a light pretzel. Can't you tell they're already open? Whereas with these, you're more than likely to even double or triple the serving size. All right. Let's see. Miss G says not a fan of barbecue chips or pretzels. Miss G, what? Come on now. I love them both. I love them both. Let's see. Tortilla. Yes, only 7 with a little sauce. Because she portions hers. Come on now, Miss G. That's what I'm talking about. And that's what I did yesterday when I had my guac. Alright, so last thing I'm going to show y'all before we go. I'm going to hold y'all too long. Alright. With it being this time of year, it's actually warming up a little bit. But let's shame I looked outside like Mother Nature was outside like, what you say? Like I'm about to jinx it or something. Like, what? But it's warming up a little bit, but it's still cool. It's still cold. So it's that time of year when we like nice warm drinks, right? And I actually thought about this because, oh my goodness, a couple weeks ago when we had all of that snow, those couple feet of snow, my sons were outside shoveling, and I was like, oh my gosh, when they come in, I have to make them something warm to drink because it was so cold. And at the time, we had coffee, didn't have all the other stuff. So I went to the store after they finished shoveling, right? And I was like, okay, we need to have some warm drinks in the house. What do you want? So we have, and it could be like a snack. That's why I brought these out because it's like, to me, these are like midday things that I like to drink on when I just need a little something. So we have hot apple cider. We have hot chocolate, of course. Milk chocolate. And yes, Miss Ollie, pretzels and hummus off fire. And then we also have some green tea. Now, because that's unfair, because remember we're supposed to talk about which ones will be the better options and the more healthful options to have based on what your goals are. You're like, Krystal, tea doesn't even, these are, the teas are going to absolutely win because these got sugar in it. That's not fair. So that's why I brought the honey. So of course, now if you drink your tea without, I don't know how you do it, but I just brought honey. But there are other things we put in our tea, whether it's sugar, the English got it right, y'all, with cream in the tea. Oh my gosh, creamery and tea. So I'm bringing in honey to make it almost comparable. So y'all tell me, with these included, with the honey included, which one? I already see Miss G saying the green tea. All right, so let's look at these labels. And I'm gonna leave the honey last. But y'all like, this is the green tea. All right, so let's just say, let's make it more comparable. Apple cider or hot chocolate? Which one? Because y'all like, this don't make no sense. All right, so serving sizes for, of course, is oh, Miss Alice said no sugar in the tea. Bless you. I just put a little bit of honey in there. But the serving sizes, of course, is 1 pouch. Look at the calorie difference. Like, I don't even have to say that. Hot chocolate has twice as many. But then, and so for our tea, since the tea has You see that? That's just all a whole bunch of zeros. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. So we're going to look at the honey because I use honey in mine. So 60 calories per tablespoon. All right, so it's about the same. So less calories already. For our total fat, the hot chocolate has 2.5 grams, the apple cider has 0, and the honey has 0. For our sodium, 170 milligrams in the hot chocolate, and 30 milligrams in the apple cider, and this is my eyes, 0 in the honey. Carbs, y'all ready? 34 in the hot chocolate, 20 in the cider, and then 17 in the honey. Of course, the fiber, you don't need to even look at that for any of them. The added sugars in the apple cider, it's all added sugars, but it is straight up sugar. I did some other sugars in here, some maltodextrin and stuff. But then for the hot chocolate, let's see, the total 34 grams, 28 of those are added. And then of course there's no added in the honey. And protein, 1 gram of protein in your hot chocolate, none in the apple cider, and then none in the honey. So what are we choosing? What are we choosing, y'all? Y'all still like, it's the green tea, that's the healthier one. It is the healthier, it is the healthier, it is the healthier. However, doesn't mean that they're horrible. You just have to be mindful. So when you look at it, you say, okay, yes, there are more sugars in the hot chocolate, but all the sugars in this one are added sugars. But are they necessarily bad sugars? Is that what we're looking at? Don't try to make yourself feel better. Say, well, this got a gram of protein. Come on. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't say, well, I'm drinking. It's healthy because it has protein. No, fam. No, the 1 gram. No, fam. Let's see. Fat is something you should be mindful of with the hot chocolate. So honestly, if you don't have tea, then the cider would be the better option. Okay. All right. Okay, so Miss G says she typically does green tea, and this is so good. It's peach. Why am I so silly? Because I was just thinking about, because when I tell you I have some tea in the other room, I do, and I can't wait to get back to drinking it. But she says tea with 1 spoon of raw sugar or stevia, and I just do my tablespoon of honey. So I hope y'all enjoyed that with the conversation on how to look at these labels and how to decide. Do not make assumptions. Do not make assumptions. So tell me what your biggest surprise or aha was today. I think I know what it is. Let me know. Let me know in the comments. But I think that the biggest was probably that these little bad boys were in like real deal competition with being a great healthful snack. Just because and that's the thing, my folks with a sweet tooth, especially those days when you need sweet and salty, that's why I like these. You see, they're almost gone. Because there are some days when I just want just a little bit of sweet, and these are great for that. But they're just as good for me to have as if I had my almonds or my cashews. Now I don't really eat cashews. These are for the fellas. I like that stuff. But with all of them, portion them out. Portion them out. Portion them out. Do not just eat straight out the container. If you want to know how many you should have of these, a quarter cup is about a palm full. If you have a condiment cup, like we could buy the condiment cups, use that as your snack size for your portion size for your nuts. Okay? All right, y'all. Yes, the aha with the peanuts, the nuts, and the trail mix. Yes. So that's right. The trail mix was huge because you automatically assume that the mountain trail mix with the candies are just automatically unhealthier, but the trail mix with the Tex-Mex surprised you. So don't assume. Make sure you read your labels. Make sure you do your comparisons. Make sure that you're making the decision that is better for you and your health goals. All right, y'all. So again, I appreciate y'all so much. For anyone, oh, real quick, for anyone who has not gotten their seat for next week's The Wait is Over Masterclass, you sign up today, you will get a $20 credit by using the code Masterclass20. The link is in the description. Don't hold off. So we'll talk about this type of stuff and even more. We'll do a real deep dive into how we look at food, what we're doing with our food that's stopping us from losing the weight. When we talk about exercise, yeah, a little bit, but we all know that the majority of our issues when it comes to our health and our weight goals, so what happens in this room? Or what's supposed to happen in this room, because sometimes it happens in the dining room, family room, living room, bedroom, car, desk, all that good stuff. But how we eat is mainly the main culprit of us not being able to lose the weight and get control over our weight. So we go so into it, and I love that course. And as I said, for my folks who rock with me, you get your spot. And you can get a $20 credit today by using the code Masterclass20. Masterclass20. And I will see y'all next Saturday. So I'm going to let y'all go. Before we go, we drink a little bit of water. And I will tell y'all to have a fantastic day. Stay safe, because I want you healthy, I want you happy, and I want you here. And I definitely hope I've earned the privilege of your time. All right, have a fantastic weekend, y'all.